Good start.
Yeah.
I'm Kyle here doing double duty today, just for the hell of it, on here Facebook and my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So we're live for both ends, just like the flu. So yeah, SummerSlam is coming up
Yes, sir.
on the weekend. It should be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, we were just watching David give his thoughts on Unreal, the docu-series
yeah,
on Netflix. And I'm pretty sure it was the first episode we watched. And injury to Rhea Ripley, gorilla position, so on and so forth.
yeah,
And Matt and I watched a couple episodes of it on Wednesday. We got together to do second night of SummerSlam Productions. It is interesting. And I said to Matt, when the WWE Network still was around, you had shows like Table for Three, Ride Along, 24,
yeah,
that would kind of give. It was kind of it was behind the scenes, but not too in depth behind the scenes.
yeah.
This is going more behind the scenes, into the writers' room, the gorilla possession, and Monday Night Raw. Uh, Rhea Ripley is having a match against Liv. Rhea backstage going over the match in her mind, like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, we're going to do this, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, that's one way to, make sure you remember what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Is just go over it a bunch of times. I find that myself, like, if I need to remember, let's say, a phone number, I will repeat it a number of times to myself, so it sticks.
Yeah, I have to do that sometimes myself. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but
Yeah.
I know a lot of people will comment and have commented on videos that they feel that this is going behind the curtain.
Well, it is.
And it's just like Kyle said. You had the WWE Network where you had Unreal, you had Untold, not Unreal, Untold. You had Final 24, or
The 24.
yeah, 24.
Right or wrong, Table for Three, and how you.
So I kind of feel like we're past going behind the curtain.
Well, like, what they're doing now is something you would have never seen 20 years ago
No.
or more. Like, things were kept very, like, they essentially kept secret.
Yeah.
Like, you were only let in on certain things and what they wanted you to know and what they wanted to let you in on. Now, they're letting you in on everything.
Yeah.
Oops. I feel like this would probably give people a better idea of like what goes on not only behind the scenes, but to put on a match, to put on a pay-per-view, to whatever.
Yeah. Like I remember in high school, there's two shows. There was one show that talked about the art of pro wrestling.
Right.
They had a guy in a mask. Actually, it was more of a magic show, kind of. Like they were going in one episode in depth of pro wrestling, like plants in the audience, or bleeding, for example,
Yeah.
or things like that. And there was another show from the early '90s. I thought they were in the 2000s, but they did the same thing. Rather, they talked about the art of pro wrestling once again. They went in a little bit more in depth into it,
Yeah.
and he had like Lisa has been interviewed and Rene Goulet and all those guys.
Right.
So I mean, that was cool. Thanks for the love, guys. And I feel like and I was talking to Mac about this as well. I feel like, well, with the blading especially, I didn't necessarily have to know how that worked.
Well, no.
I don't necessarily think people have to know how things are done.
No.
Just have it happen. Although I do understand that if I hit you with a chair, you're not going to automatically bleed.
No.
So, there's ways of that to happen.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Heat, for example, seeing Ric Flair, the cameras were on him when he's on the outside and he's lying on his back, and you could see that he's doing a blade job.
Yeah.
And I have my opinions about it, but I don't believe they're doing that anymore that much.
Right, yeah. And even show like the first episode of Raw on Netflix, the main event, of course, was Seth Rollins, CM Punk.
Yeah.
They showed gorilla position, and one of the guys with gorilla position, a producer, is Chris Park, a
Yeah.
Bears from TNA. He goes, "How far over are we?" The timers. Belly, and he goes, "minute 45, and Dave's like, "That would have never happened in my time. You got another show coming on at 11 o'clock. You need to be done by 11 o'clock. True. And when Raw, let's say, was on USA Network, or Fox, or whatever other station they were on, you had a specific tagline to end the show on, and it had to be done by that time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Exactly.
And even if you went a little over, it's like, okay, a little bit. But this is Netflix. They're not going to give two fucks about it going over on Netflix. Nope.
Well, and so that's the thing that kind of, well, I mean, before you said that last part, I was like, I think that's where I get kind of iffy about the Goldberg segment, beating Gunther and then going on the mic, and then, although it wasn't on Netflix, it was
No, it's NBC.
NBC.
My point exactly.
Exactly, yeah. So I feel like Goldberg just needed to bitch, and that's, it is what it is. He did get to talk on a mic. It was shown on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I often feel like you either get that or you get nothing. And so really he had nothing to complain about. And then you got Kevin Nash going, yeah, but you don't know the career he's had and blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, it's NBC, and so, yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Saturday Night's Main Event goes from like 8 till 10.
Yeah.
And at 10 o'clock, you got that's it, the show starts.
Yep.
and the match probably ended, I don't know, let's say 15 minutes early. So Goldberg had those 15 minutes to talk.
Yeah.
And, give his speech, give his thanks, say he's retiring, whatever the fuck, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they said, oh, Goldberg, after the match, you can say whatever you want, do and all this and other, all this, that, and the other. They probably didn't give him a time frame about how long he needed to go for.
Yeah, I
It
know.
was just go out there and say what you need to say, what you want to say, and,
Yeah.
give the speech.
Like, in my opinion, when they did the whole Bad Blood thing in Atlanta, where you had Gunther go, like, gauge from the audience, I would have had him in the next PLE, like Gunther versus Goldberg. They didn't do that. Okay. So you got what you got. Shut up. And fuck off, basically.
Yeah.
You know? And then you go, and then, like, apparently in this interview with Ariel Helwani, it's like, from what I heard, he wanted to have another match.
Oh, yeah.
It's... Well, it sure as hell isn't going to be in WWE, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So...
Very, very interesting stuff out there.
It is. And I really like the fact that we get to see the lives of the wrestlers, not just the wrestlers, but the people.
Yeah.
Like they'll say, for example, my name is Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, aka Trips, aka whatever.
Paul Levesque, Hunter. Some people call me Abe, some people call me Trip, some people call me...
We were doing a video.
Yeah, we do it live. On Max.
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook right now. We also see our Facebook page. There's Max World on YouTube. Yeah, like... What? The first full episode we watched, it had, what we watched on Wednesday, you had Bianca Belair, you had Michael Hayes, and there's another, who else was it? There's another, anyways. And it's like, oh, my name is Bianca, Charlotte.
Yeah.
My name is Bianca, Bianca Belair Crawford. She's married to Montez, and his last name is Crawford. And then, Charlotte's like, oh, my name is Ashley Elizabeth Flair. Michael Hayes, I've been wrestling for so many years. But my name is Michael Sykes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, and all my years of being a wrestling fan, I didn't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
But, see, that's the thing, too. Like, a lot of them don't have the same last name. It's, a stage name, if you will.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of wrestlers get a stage name.
Yeah, but little did I know that Michael Hayes was not his,
Hayes is not exactly last name.
yeah.
Chelsea Green was another one. But she said, oh, my name is Chelsea Green. I've been wrestling for 14 years.
Mm.
And she's listed off her stage names that she's used. One that was mentioned was Royal Fan Max. She used TNA. Well, it's Impact us at that point. And then she said, oh yeah, Victorious was one, Reclusa was one, Jada was another one. There's a few other ones like, wow, not only do you have a TNA reference, you also have a Lucha Underground reference as well. the closer was the name she went under when she was wrestled with the Underground.
Yeah, like I can't wait to see the other wrestlers that get interviewed.
Yeah.
Really. And that's the thing too. Like they talk about their independent names,
Yeah.
which I think is awesome. Like you have, let's say, Seth Rollins. He could come out and say he was Tyler Black.
Yeah.
You know, Bailey can come out. She'll say she was Davina Rose,
Yeah.
so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Rebecca Quinn. There's a lot actually, so that's cool. But yeah, SummerSlam weekend is upon us. I think that's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I say that all the time, but you just don't know. And like WrestleMania, well, night one was like not that bad.
Right.
I found night two to be better, unless I'm mistaken. Because no, wait. What was the night where we had all the titles change hands?
That was. I think that was night one.
So the night one was good. Because not only that, but you had Living Color do CM Punk's entrance again, so that was cool.
Yeah. You had Living Color before Cult Personality. You had Kerry King
Yes.
play Damien Priest theme song.
Yeah, I was a little bit upset about that because I know there was more than just Carrie in the band or whatever, you know. They could have had at least a drummer or something, instead of just having him be by himself, I guess.
Yeah, at least with like Living Color, it was the whole band.
Yeah.
Kerry rocking and jamming on the electric and the rest of the songs being piped in. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
If you're watching something on Netflix, and it was behind the scenes of WrestleMania, and they showed what time with Damien Priest and how Kerry King is going to be performing his theme, his entrance theme, whatever. And Priest's like, oh man, I gotta make sure I don't, fanboy or whatever. And they showed Priest and Kerry, and I was like, damn, Kerry. Like, I know Priest is totally fuck Kerry short.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the bands in Slayer, the members in Slayer, are not that tall. I mean, they're not small by any means, but they're not tall.
Yeah, they're not small by any means when you compare it to a dude that's like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah. But, so, it'll be interesting to see what they pull off this summer. I mean, I'm not sure. They did have a preview picture of what the stage is going to look like, so that's a bit exciting. It's MetLife Stadium, so I hope it's nothing like WrestleMania 29. I don't think it will be.
Yeah, not likely.
But, yeah.
And I feel like because this is their first time with wrestling SummerSlam being 2 nights, they're like, all right, we need to, kick this thing off right.
Yeah.
And, and talk about this. We were doing on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we have night one. You got your tag match with Randy Orton and Jerry Wall and whatnot. And then you have your other matches. And then that's just the appetizer, the slow the slow build on the roller coaster. Night one is you come out of the where you get loaded into the poster itself, and then you come out and you go up and up this big incline, and then they choose the drop off.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's going to be interesting, and we'll see what happens in years to come. Whether Survivor Series will be 2 nights, Royal Rumble will be 2 nights. I mean, New Japan does it all the time with their pay-per-view. So, in fact, I don't even know when Summer Sizzle is coming up, but it already passed.
I don't think it's already passed.
Okay.
But I love it. See, Rumble 2 nights, yeah.
Well, I mean, because yeah, the first night you got the men's rumble, or the women's rumble, and the second night have the women's or men's rumble, depending
Right.
on what you do with that. So that's the only thing that makes sense. As far as Survivor Series goes, if you're gonna still stick with War Games, which I think is gonna still be a thing.
Well, it seems like they are, because
Yeah.
that Survivor Series this year is taking place in San Diego, and it's War Games, so I don't think they're going to stop that.
Yeah. As far as Bailey goes, too, like I honestly thought it was going to be a triple threat for the World Women's title. Or, no, the WWE Women's title. And apparently not. I was wrong. And I'm the one that set up the basics to do our video, I guess.
Right.
But anyways,
I mean, you have the triple threat with Rhea, Io, and
Bianca.
Bianca?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could have done the triple threat for both championships, but I think they just, it seemed like they just decided to stick with the one triple threat for the women's world title.
Yeah, that it sucks. Because now she misses both WrestleMania and both SummerSlam. So either her injury is still a thing where she can't wrestle, but also she did have a few matches on Raw recently.
Right.
So,
Maybe there just wasn't anything. There probably wasn't enough time to give her something. Give her something to build for SummerSlam.
well, I mean, I think that's pretty shitty. They could have at least put her in with Becky and Lyra, but whatever. Like,
Right.
that's kind of too bad. And, you know, it's not good for business when that happens either, because you just took one of your stars, you didn't put them on 2 of your biggest shows of the year, then I can see her say, alright, I guess we're going to AEW now. Or wherever she ends up.
Yeah.
And I mean, her best friend is on AEW, so
Yeah.
anyway.
We'll have to wait and see, that's for sure.
Yeah. They did have 2 tributes actually 3 tributes
Three.
for Hogan, because you had SmackDown and then Raw did one, and then actually NXT.
NXT did one as well.
Yeah.
The thing that I found interesting was for both the SmackDown and Raw tributes, you had everybody standing on the stage, and Triple H and all the superstars, and whatever, Chris Spencer, so on and so forth. When they did the tribute on NXT, they had to have people in the ring, around, and standing next to the ring, like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't watch NXT this week. Now for like TNA and AEW, I'm pretty sure they must have mentioned it at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a guy that, whether you like him or not, still, like, we won't talk about Terry Bollea. We'll talk about Hulk Hogan being the guy who was pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where. I mean, it does, but like mostly WWF and WCW and maybe New Japan.
Yeah.
But he was a guy that transcended wrestling in the 80s.
Oh, absolutely.
In fact, last week we lost 3 80s icons, if you will. Hogan, Ozzy, Malcolm Jamal Warner, there was Theo on the Cosby Show. It was just like, it was one thing after another.
Yeah.
And I mean, sometimes that happens. It's just, that was insane.
I know.
Yeah. But yeah, we will be back next week. And Emergence. And All Out is September. We're now in August.
Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door, yeah. And so, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, for Matt and Kyle, we will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
Later.
I want to thank you guys for joining and subscribe, because for some reason I lost another one. That's fine. So subscribe. Me and Matt will go on.
Killer Kyle 36. How long has your street husband?
We'll just ignore that.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you next time. There says,
Well, over the weekend for sure.
oh, yeah. We will be doing a live chat. I forgot.
Yeah.
Here says,
Later.